And we are back. G-Mac and Winnie coming at you with another edition of the Outlaw Blitz podcast. Big fella, let's get dangerous.
I love it. We're both like mid-ritual as we're coming in.
Yeah.
That was like a last-minute water decision.
You look and I'm like, oh, God, I don't have the current water.
Where to go?
Yeah.
I think that's last week's.
No, that was yesterday's when I was preparing for today's show.
Very nice.
What's going on, buddy?
Bro.
Some things are in the house.
Bro. We got some cool stuff again this week. Show off your new writing utensils.
Yeah. Well, of course.
You put it away.
We got limited space on the table, but yeah.
A small bookshelf. I wonder if we could fit one in here at some point.
We got the new show books.
Yeah, baby.
Which is awesome. We got new, the coat hanger and stuff to put up. Now we got some stuff we got to put up.
Yeah. I would just want us to be...
you know what I mean? We got some things we got to put up now. We got to get the flag up. We got to get the coat hangers up.
This is our real home away from home now.
So it is. It feels it.
It does. It's comfortable.
Yeah, and I enjoy, I think, for your mind being here.
Yeah, it's not your apartment. It's a nice getaway.
Yeah.
It's actually it's got to be cooler for you to actually you leave to go do it now.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's times I'm at the house and I'm like,
you wish it was still there.
Yeah, it's just easier,
right?
But now
you get here.
Now I get here
and you feel home.
I unwind, and it helps right now with Bean playing baseball because if I'm picking him up from practice and I got 2 hours to kill, I come over here and I get stuff done.
Right. I think looking at the floor space here. Might get a little double ottoman action. You can put her feet up and watch TV.
Maybe we'll just hook some things like a kickstand to the legs of the table.
Wild. Man, I'm really happy. Things seem to be coming together. Getting ready for the new podcast for me.
Yeah, you took major steps. You got business cards and a notepad. Show your notepad.
I got the notepad, the business cards too.
You hold them up to the camera. There you go. TCB with HW3. That is awesome. Yep. You knew what you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And then, we were throwing around ideas for a logo, and I came up. I had a different lightning bolt, yep. And it looked kind of like a 3. And I'm like, yo, what about taking that and making it a 3? And then you came up with that, and it's perfect, dude.
And then I got the old.
And then if you know anybody who is a big Elvis fan and it's a big part of their life, that's something that you can bring in.
Yeah, and I spent a lot of time in bed this week, not spending time in bed.
It was 100 fucking degrees out.
At night, going to bed, thinking about
Elvis.
Yeah, the directions that I want to go.
The show.
Yeah, the show.
You weren't even thinking about Elvis.
No.
Oh, okay.
Just and yeah, dude.
Yeah, you were. Don't lie.
That's great. But it's funny that to find out
the one for the money
got a lot of support coming in, and a lot of Elvis fans didn't realize that there are.
Right, they're starting to pop up out of the woodwork and mention,
which is cool.
When is your trip planned for?
Well, I'm gonna hopefully book it. Knock on wood this week. It's gonna be June 9th, 10th, 11th.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I can't imagine if you're there for that sole purpose. That's probably a nice enough amount of time.
Right. Everything is going to be everything is within 2 miles of Graceland that I want to do.
Right.
The airport's right down the road. The hotel is like 2.4 past Graceland, and everything is right centrally located right there. Listen, don't get me wrong. If we get a chance to shoot down to Beale Street at night after everything closes, we will. You
better put your money in your underwear, bro.
Yeah, right.
Memphis is a shithole.
I anticipated this. That's why I put my keys in my asshole. Do you ever see that Dave Chappelle skit?
No.
The World Dice Tour?
Oh, yeah.
They're playing down the basement and it gets held up. Goes, I anticipated this. That's why I put my car keys in my asshole. So, other than that, yeah, dude, we got some abnormally hot days.
We did.
This week.
I think 10:30, whatever, Wednesday maybe. At night, I'm like, I can't do it.
Right.
Came out of work, it was supposed to be 74. It was 86.
Right.
Now, my place is an upstairs joint.
Heat rises.
And the sun just hits it all day from all angles.
Right.
comes up over
you
the
got-
river, right
you
into
got
this
zero
side of the
tree
house.
coverage
Right.
whatsoever.
Well, I do in the front, but it doesn't. At high noon, it's in the front. Doesn't matter.
Right.
So, 10:30 at night, I'm like, plugged that thing in and stuffed it in the window.
And then
the next day when I came home, I put the other one in the dining room. I'm like, I'm
as soon
done.
as you heard weird noises coming from your bedroom at like 2:30.
Yeah. And I wake up, I'm like, Rock, go easy on that meat, bro. You don't have to punch all the cows tonight because there was snow in that room.
Rock, you're breaking its ribs.
Yeah, you go in there, dude. Instantly, your nammies are hard.
On the Rocky tip.
What, you watching Freebie again?
I watched Creed 3 last night.
Oh yeah,
Fucking phenomenal.
yeah. I'm not a Creed person.
Best one of the trilogy so far, as far as developing him as a person and a character. The only mention of Rocky, Stallone's not in it at all. They have his daughter there, Creed, and his wife's daughter. Yeah, it was solid, man. I was very happy with it.
Good. Well, you're a big. I don't even think I watched any of the real Creed movies. I don't really think I watched them.
Really?
Yeah, like I tried. I'm like,
Yeah. Big boxing guy. Big movie boxing guy, I should say. So
I remember you crying like want to jump off a cliff in Rocky Balboa.
Oh man, that was
when he was at the cemetery with Adrian. I look over and I'm like, dude, what are you doing here?
Yeah, it was sad. It was sad for sure. Actually, I'll see if that's a rabbit hole. I'll save for later. What about your week? What'd you do?
A lot of late nights, bro. That's why I was a little late getting here today.
You were looking wrinkled.
I was wrinkled in that, and I was napping today trying to catch up. You know how it is. You get that new car, and you want to take her for lots of rides, lots of spins.
That's good, man.
Yeah, they paint murals and build monuments.
There you go.
And no, great, happy, fun, easygoing, and
good.
And the best part is, and honestly, I say that, but we don't hang out every day. It's like twice a week. But, Boston had a lot of games this week.
Right.
Warmer weather. What do you do when you get warmer weather? You start going out and
doing stuff,
taking rides, whatever. Bombed around with Tommy DeSico one day.
Sorry.
He's gearing up for a season, and the thing about blacktop, and I'm going to give him a plug here because he really needs it. Not that he needs it, but blacktopping was a lot of older men, people 40 and under don't do it.
Right. It's almost it's a lost.
It is pretty close because probably like in our area you had probably like 6 or 8 blacktop companies just in Sardi's, Kingston area.
You know, the dirtbag gypsy companies.
Yeah, you got the door knockers. But they'll always be around with their 1 inch of blacktop and scamming you. Yeah. But a lot of, I think like 3 or 4 of the big companies, his competitors, all retired last year. Which is kind of weird. It's kind of good, but it's kind of weird.
Right.
So, a lot of people, if you're looking to get your driveways done, start booking now because now the weather's getting warm. People say, oh, I don't want the muddy driveway anymore. Well, what's going to happen is it's first come, first serve. So by the time you make the decision, it might be November by the time they can get to you.
And listen, Tommy works until he can't work.
Right. He works until right about just before Thanksgiving.
Right. Until now, what's ground frost is setting and he can't really do any scraping or digging or prepping.
Well, it's more, I think, the temperature outside.
Oh, for the
and the blacktop sets up funny.
Yeah. And I do say art form because
he paved our driveway here.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I always tell, and listen, it's a great driveway. Don't get me wrong. Every time I come out of here, I'm like, oh man, the fucking puddles in this place, and it's not. It's perfectly dry.
You can tell a bad blacktop job and a good one. And Tommy, you've done a lot of good pictures and video for him. You never see puddles. His shit is level. It is professional. It is well done.
And the big thing about him is he insists on 3 inches of black. He'll go, I give you a full 3 inches of blacktop. And it matters. And the reason it matters, and if you talk to him, he'll explain it to you. But if you don't know, you and I don't know, right? Now, I've worked with him a few times, to help him out when the first year he did it. You don't know. You could be like, this guy's just fucking trying to sell me. He needs 3. But he goes, when we used to do it, 1.5 inches, 2 inches of blacktop was plenty. because the stone was different. You had virgin stone in it. The tar they used to hold it together was better.
Right.
He goes, but now it's like 70% recycled.
Right.
He goes, so it doesn't hold together as much.
Breaks down.
You need the extra, you need the 3 inches of blacktop so the driveway doesn't just give up on you in a year.
Right.
So
because it will compress and crack eventually.
Yeah.
Over time, it's just nature.
And he has people that they went with other people and they're like, I got potholes at the end of my driveway. Oh, the plow took a huge chunk.
Listen, it's in that whole thing. You get what you pay for. You really do.
Right.
And Tommy does a phenomenal job.
And he's fully legit now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he's got a fleet of vehicles. Everyone's on a payroll. Everybody's wearing vests and jackets.
You can hear him above all of his machines.
Yeah.
When they're running.
Yeah. Well, yep. Yeah. I think he's going to hire Tim Brook to help him out.
I think so. Yeah. Ashley's going to do books for him.
Yeah. Yeah. But
we know some of the loudest people in the world.
Yeah.
We just do.
Yeah, we definitely do. What's the answer? Number 6. 15.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, other than that, I mean, it's been, a lot of baseball, watching a lot of baseball, a lot of stuff out there, and just kind of getting into that groove of it's going to be warm shorts weather every day.
Right.
Got a terrible sunburn.
You did?
Yeah, I got a terrible sunburn on. I'm like, my legs really never get burned. Yeah, top of my knee looks, not good.
I have an ink appointment tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah? What are you getting?
10:30. Elvis' signature.
Where?
Right across my TCB.
That way?
I wanted it a long time ago. Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted it a long time ago. And when I went with my mom and my niece,
3 weeks ago?
Yeah, we got talking that day, and I'm like, how much? She's like, shop minimum. I was like, put me in for 10:30 on Monday the 17th. Okay, see you then.
Found my Chanticleer sweatshirt.
Thank God. Where was it?
Yeah. I had like my shorts and everything in a bin set away for the winter.
Now, will you wear it if we get tickets to the Chance Army game?
No. Absolutely not. Because it's going to probably be like 70 degrees that day. I don't want to switch it.
They're November.
Yeah, maybe.
Late in the schedule.
Maybe. We'll see. So. The Booster Club for football is doing very well.
Yes.
They just did another thing.
5
kids came out and did a little handshake and stuff, which they succeeded, which is good. The more that we can do, the better. Things are looking like they're pointing in the right direction. Getting excited about the 93 30-year reunion. You were a part of that, the championship. So, things are kind of pointing up in the right direction.
Good.
What made you come up with this week's top 5?
I don't know what the fuck we were talking about or made a comment in conversation.
I sent you an idea and then you come back with...
You did. You sent me an idea of like 3 things. And I'm like, man, those were all like be found in the trailer park.
Oh, that's what it was. What it was going to be originally, and I think we'll save it for another one, is you just list top 5 things. You say 5 things and then like it equals this.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, no,
that's 5 code words that describe
one thing.
And you got to guess for 5.
All right.
But instead, you said trailer park.
Right.
All right, so let's break into our top 5. This week's top 5 people found in a trailer park.
Yes.
I will go first.
Okay.
Number 5, the Can Man. A guy who lives in a trailer park, a.k.a. Trailer Trim Jim.
Trailer Trim Jim.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And he doesn't have to be a young guy. He just has to be
probably not
the guy.
He's probably not a young guy.
Right. He's probably like an older guy.
44.
Yeah.
43.
Yeah.
Never graduated high school.
No, some kind of mechanic or tree worker.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Unlicensed.
Unlicensed, yeah.
Not even close to a license.
No, not even close.
Safety equipment, not mandatory.
No, he's drinking.
He's the guy that'll climb the fucking
utility
side
pole?
Of the pavilion to get your balloon. Yeah.
Yep.
That guy.
Yep.
That's good. I like that. My number 5 is we said types of people. So it's gonna be you're gonna find a lot of Elvis, Willie, and Simon and Garfunkel fans.
Yeah.
But it is gonna be mandatory that they're all Skinner fans.
Yeah.
Everyone.
And the second, like how on a military base when Reveille plays, everybody stops and salutes.
Yes.
When Freebird plays, everybody stops. Everybody stops. Hats off. Yep.
Yep. Definitely.
All right, number 4. Excuse me, Trevor.
Trevor.
The most common the most common name in trailer park history. I looked this up.
That's awesome.
His trailer stash usually has he has a trailer stash.
Yeah.
Usually has
So
a
it's
truck.
like a Fu Manchu,
Yep.
right? Okay.
Usually has a truck, moderately handsome, and a steady supply of ecstasy.
Yes. Don't know where it comes from.
Nope.
But he's always got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't ever even see him leave the park.
No.
But he's always got
it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because he probably deals in night things.
He very well may. Yes.
Yeah, his car's always there all day.
Things of the night.
Yeah. Yep.
Number 4. Any trailer is going to have 30 racks of beer. Jenny, Bush Latte.
Yeah.
And for highfalutin parties, PBR.
Yeah. You go with the blue ribbon.
You got to go with the blue ribbon for the big parties. The one kid that graduates in the whole family, that's PBR at that graduation.
Yep. All right. Number 3. Look this one up too. Tiffany, also known as Sniffany, the most popular female name in the trailer park.
She does a lot of coke.
Has a bunch of kids and watches her trailer get towed away due to her love of cocaine.
Yes.
Doesn't make the payment on it, and they tow it away, and somehow she gets another one.
Standing there in the lot.
Yep.
Oh, God. A gentleman wear his Sunday best is a crispy, stain-free black T-shirt with a wolf on it.
I know one of them
we
guys.
know that guy. Yo,
just one wolf? Is he the lone wolf?
No, it's almost like that 1970s school picture where you have the one guy looking off into the distance.
It's the one howling at the moon with a pack behind him?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. And the howling's kind of up here and then the pack's down here.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good one.
It's crispy.
That's a good one. All right, number 2, a swamp Yankee.
What?
A northern trailer trash that migrated south but has never gotten off. I'm sorry because it's so fucking tight in this area. Has never gotten off long enough. He's never gotten off smack long enough to be successful.
Okay. he's smacked up from being up north.
But it's like the southern trailer park calls him a swamp Yankee.
Yes.
You're down here.
Like you don't fit in, fella.
You don't fit in, fella. But we like your smack.
Right. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Also climbing up to the pavilion to get balloons.
Correct. Very much so.
2.
Shoeless children up to the age of 15 when they have their own shoeless children.
Oh, that is fucked up.
It's true.
It is true.
Walk around like they were kicking dirt piles all day.
Yeah. You could put a fucking nail in it or heel and it won't ever touch skin that breaks.
No, they walk across. They stack grills side by side. Just walk across the tops as they're lit. You don't
that's their lava walk.
Yes,
just lit barbecue grills.
Yeah, or they have old kegs.
Yeah.
Fill them up with charcoal and walk on in.
And my number 1, it's pretty easy. It's the most dominant trailer person in history, Britney Spears.
Wow,
hottest. Fucking, you can't even argue it.
Amanda Bynes is starting to come close.
Yeah, I don't know.
They found her walking naked down the street last week.
I don't even know who Amanda Bynes is.
Really?
Yeah.
The Amanda Show. It was like big. It would have been big when the girls were small.
No.
My number 1, dudes with the mandatory uniform, the mullet, the cutoffs, the banana comb in the back pocket, and the wife beater. It is your standard uniform for
throw like a Dickies, some sort of light blue mechanic shirt over the top of the white. Oh yes. Yeah, worker, the blue collar.
Right. The name patch that's not their name.
Yeah, it says
Raphael.
His
name's Joe, but it's Raphael.
Yep. So. A trucker hat with a mullet coming out of the back.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Trucker hat could be, or a bandana.
Self-cut jeans. Did you ever make?
Yes.
Dirtbag.
And the bandana is not worn like Tupac. No. It's usually tied around the neck.
Yeah. So. That's because at any minute they could go rob fucking Trevor for his fucking ecstasy.
Yes. We saw the guy come in through your backyard last night, Trevor. We know you got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good.
That was a fun.
That could be a whole show, I think.
That could
it
be.
really could be.
And get a couple of them in here and talk to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
The wildest night in a trailer park.
Like mandatory front yard ornaments are the fucking plastic flamingos.
Yeah.
Gotta have one.
There's got to be an inflatable pool there somewhere.
Well, with snakes underneath it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you get hungry, you need a snack.
That's right there.
Yeah.
Like Eddie did in, was it Vegas Vacation?
Yeah.
He threw the snakes out in the backyard. I'll be busy for hours.
Yeah. With the kids, yeah. Oh, that was a fun one.
Like,
all right, let's move right along to... All right, 5 crazy questions sponsored by Scalable Computers, presented by GMAC. Number 1, what's the most bizarre text you've ever received?
Bizarre text. Probably a picture of tits from some random person I didn't know.
You're like, who are you? Hey, it's Jim.
Hey, these look phenomenal. Who are you?
Yo, it's Trailer Trim Jim.
Yeah, it got a no response text because I'm like, is somebody gonna like hijack my fucking phone?
Yeah.
I didn't request these.
Right.
These weren't asked for.
Were they nice?
Beautiful.
SBTs?
No, better.
Better?
Yeah, they were beautiful.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. Do you hold grudges?
Yes.
Elaborate.
SYFL.
Yeah, I'm probably the bigger person there.
You are. Hands down, you are.
And probably the entire deal, I just let it be.
Yep, you do.
It's not worth it. But beyond that, do you hold grudges? I kind of think you do. That's why I put this down there. And why? What's that one? I understand your issue.
Right.
But in general, like, why would you think people hold grudges or not? Like, here's the thing. And I ask you this because I feel like you do. And I feel like when I used to, it made my life like cloudy, just say. You know what I mean? Like, you can never just be okay.
There's an unhealthiness to it.
Like, I've seen my dad stew over something.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, you're over here aggravated.
Right.
And they could give a fuck
right.
what you're thinking about and how mad you are.
Right.
They're having a good time, and that's just making you more pissed off. Just let it go.
Right.
It doesn't do anything good for you to hold a grudge.
You're right. I don't have a lot of them, but the ones I do have, I don't let go.
Right, but who's that cloud up?
Me.
Right, not them.
No.
It doesn't faze them at all.
Not even a little bit.
So it's better if you just let them go. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Be the bigger person, and then let Karma Train run them motherfuckers over.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're right. It's they've been I think I can say I hold 2, and I don't want to elaborate. Well, I
know one for sure.
Right, and I don't want to elaborate the second one on it.
Yeah.
And it's got nothing to do with my children or obviously my ex-wife or anything like that. We get along great now, and I'm happy about that. But it's a grudge that has definitely played a part into negativity in my life.
Right, and holding on to it's done what for you?
Cause more drama.
Right, so that's why it's one of the things you just got to learn to let them go.
Yeah,
you have to.
You're right,
because it doesn't benefit you in any way.
No,
and not for nothing. When you can let it go, when they can't,
right.
You were in such a better place. You could come from such a better place.
I'm trying to let the one go, the one that we're not publicizing, but through reasoning of myself of how it would affect other people.
Yeah.
If I were to like carry out that grudge, and it's not good for those other people, and if I care about those other people, I got to let it go.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to.
Yeah. No,
I'm like, this is a dude that holds grudges.
There's a few deep-seated ones. Like, listen, me and you, we've had arguments. I never hold a grudge with you. We never will.
No.
Blaze, I got lifelong friends.
Well, here's the thing, though. Let's be fair about this with grudges.
Right.
A lot of grudges go from stuff that's unsaid.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I wish I would have said this, but I didn't say this.
Right.
Where, like, between you and Blaze or you and I, it gets out. You
Yeah.
get it out,
Yeah.
and then you move on. You don't have time to stew on it,
Right.
because a day turns to a week turns to a month,
and that's
then it just
the other one grudge will never be resolved. So I need to just let it go.
right. Because if you can't resolve it, what's the point?
Right.
All right, number 3, $1 million on the line.
Okay.
Do you walk 50 yards in a tunnel filled with rats? Filled. They're falling out of the ceiling. They're up over your shins. Or do you crawl 15 yards under barbed wire loaded with snakes?
You can keep your money.
No, you have to do one or the
No
other.
fucking way, dude.
One or the other.
Come on.
I think when I was just writing this, I think I would take the barbed wire and the snakes.
I could never do it with snakes.
Like, I'm thinking like army crawl. You're under barbed wire and you got to go backwards. And I think I would do that because I think they would be as afraid of you as you are of them. If you're just going through there quick.
Do I have to walk this, or can I sprint the tunnel?
Yeah, but it's a tiny tunnel. You're gonna be like crammed in it, and it's gonna be rats everywhere.
Am I allowed to? Do I have like clothes on and a hat?
You're in sneakers, shorts, and a t-shirt. No hat.
I got a bald head, bro. Come on.
So, what's that have to do with anything?
Scratch me on the way down as they're falling.
What do you think's nastier?
I
didn't say what kind of snakes. I didn't say anacondas.
Doesn't matter, bro. I'm scared of garter snakes.
You're scared of mice, bro.
I know.
And now we're giving you rats versus fucking snakes.
But I'm a fat guy on the ground. It's like
you're
put
a fat fucking
shell.
guy in a tunnel. What if you get stuck? What if the tunnel narrows and you're stuck in there with rats?
Well, you didn't say that.
I'm just saying, 50 yards versus 15. 45 feet versus 150. It's a third of the distance. A little less than a third. It's probably like 30% of what the other one is.
Oh, boy.
You locked right up, bro.
I'm having severe anxiety thinking about this.
On the other end of it is freedom and $1 million. This, if not, if you get caught, you go back to whatever hell is your hell.
The rats.
TikTok, you're going to rats?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I can't do the snakes, man.
I think I'd have to do snakes. 15 yards, 45 feet. Just go.
Can't do it.
And nothing else. You could just grab them and chuck them.
That's I don't want to touch them.
So what?
I'll probably just
and then freeze up.
Cover and run. I can't crawl that. I got terrible knees. I can't crawl that fast. Yeah, no, it's the rats. It's gotta be the rats.
Man, I wonder what people are going to pick in that one.
Oh.
All right, number 4. Would you rather be responsible for the first 90% of a blowjob or the last 10%?
Oh boy. Oh man. Where does the other person finish?
I'm just saying. You're responsible for the first 90 or the final 10.
Yeah, 90%. I'm going to use the rationale from the other thing I heard last week. 90% shows some form of dedication to the art, which makes it gay. So I'm going to do the 10%.
So you're just taking the full seat.
Whatever. All over.
That was fucked up.
It is horrible.
That was a Kevin Smith question this week.
That's a good one, though.
All right. Number 5, the final one. If you were taken hostage in 2018, what would be the most surprising thing about life today?
In 2018 to now. Wow, how pussyfied we've become as a population.
Yeah, in a short period of time.
Right.
And hey, if you go back to 2018, you're like, yeah, we lost 2 years. There was a huge pandemic.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
we didn't leave the house from 2020 to 2020.
Exactly.
Like 2020 to 2021.
Yeah, I come out and I see fucking people in masks all the time, and we became pussies.
Yeah.
You got it before it.
Well, you'd leave and Trump was president, and you come out and you'd be like, "What the fuck happened here?"
Right? Yeah. Who's this? Who are these fucking guys?
You leave, gas is like $1.90 a gallon. Yeah. You come out and it's like $4.
before you got syphilis, you got a shot, it went away. Now you get this fucking pandemic that you take a vaccine for that kills you too. So no, I'm all right.
Yeah.
We're pussies now.
So what? That would be the most surprising thing.
I think so because to me it seemed like before that, not that we walked around as a indestructible race, but things didn't bother us the way they do now. It's like the media, the use of media and social media, and the ability to prey on the unknown and the weaknesses and the unknown of the population have totally changed the way people think about things now.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I live a lot happier life when I don't turn on the news.
Yeah, I don't at all.
And I don't, and the reason why, it doesn't matter what news station you turn on, they're pushing their agenda.
Exactly.
And like I occasionally will turn on, just kind of breeze through and see what's on this one, what's on that one. And I'm like, Jesus, I haven't watched the news in 10 months.
Right.
And I come back and I'm still hearing about
the same shit.
A Russian dossier. We're going after Trump for something we went after him for 5 times.
Right.
This one's, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing
same
here?
Shit, different day.
Right. And they, it's like watching a video on TikTok that it gives you, this gets you hooked. And then there's a part 2 and then part 3 and then part 5.
I almost think it's worse than that. I think it's watching the same TikTok video over and
over. No, I know,
but
it's always just to set the hook so you just keep coming back. Right. How about just read the fucking news and be on the way?
For real.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely agreed. 100%.
Yeah.
It's, do I consider myself, I don't know. There are people our age that thrive on politics and shit like that. I just don't. It's not part of my life.
No. And listen, I used to get wrapped up in it. You know, like you get into it for a little while and you start getting and I'm like,
that's why I really don't like Twitter and never did.
Yeah.
Because it's way more political than other formats. Facebook, you can kind of gear your Facebook to be what you want it to be.
You can weed out the shit you don't want to deal with.
Instagram's cool because it's pictures for the most part, or videos. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. Fuck the news.
Yeah, and then like the thing with TikTok, and whatever, if the Chinese own or whatever, I don't fuck, whatever it is.
Right.
But the thing with TikTok, to me, it seems like they're trying to get rid of it because there's a lot more freedom of how people present their news.
Explain why we're banned, though.
Yeah, I can't explain that one. We can't even sign up, bro.
Explain that. That is ridiculous.
We are banned. Completely banned.
Not shadow banned, banned.
Oh, banned.
Yeah. Absurd.
Yeah, and for what?
Right.
For what? Like, yeah, we say some dumb shit on here, but it's never like ill-intentioned.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you saw a skit, you saw a clip.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot worse shit you're seeing on that.
Absolutely.
But what I do think is that they're trying to ban that in part because you see a lot of things that mainstream media doesn't want you to see on there. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things, 2018 to now, what's changed? A lot.
A lot of that.
A lot. In 5 years, bro. Right. A lot has changed.
No, it really has.
A lot has changed. I don't even think TikTok was really around in 2018. It might have been Vine back then.
Yeah, Vines were around. They were a little bit different. They weren't as prevalent.
Right. But yeah, you know what I mean? Instagram's been around, but it's just technology. I mean, the phones haven't changed much in the last 5 years.
Hell no. My iPhone now, I have a 13. The difference between that and probably had the 8 back then.
Yeah.
The shape of it and the operating system. Everything else.
Cameras get better, obviously, but
right. Other than that, it's the same basic stuff.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I use the same apps I use in 2023 as I used in 2008 when I had an Android.
Oh, probably.
Or my first iPhone, because we're creatures that have it.
Yep.
So,
dude, I guarantee you we don't use 20% of our phone's capabilities.
We don't.
Not even.
No.
And somebody that does, they're a fucking genius.
Right.
I mean, what do you really use? An alarm clock, your Facebook app, a calculator occasionally, the phone.
The calendar.
And texting. The calendar. I don't even put shit in the calendar.
Yeah, I do if I know it's something that I may possibly forget. But
yeah, other than that.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
You got the next segment?
Sure.
All righty. Here we go. Winnie's favorite segment, over and under,
Over and under.
as we have done before.
Number 1, London Broil.
Underrated.
Has to be marinated,
Yes.
but very underrated.
Yeah, and you get a dry one, it sucks.
Yes, my wife detests them. She thinks
Really?
Yeah. She thinks they're always so tough, but I really think it's in the preparation.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think a lot of people rush them, or they put it in the fridge and then go right into it.
Right.
You need to leave it out on the counter and get it down to room temperature before you put it in, and then go
And
slow.
go slow with it. Yeah.
And then once you do, it really, really good. Really flavorful.
Agreed. Number 2, Frisbee golf.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that hippie shit. You know?
I like the concept, but I've
Old
never...
Trailer Trim Jim is a fucking
he's the champ.
ace. Yeah.
He's the champ. I've never seen a really cool course, though. That's probably
There's one
why.
right here at
the campground on
KOA.
212.
KOA.
Right?
Yeah, what is interesting about it is I never realized, like, you get a Frisbee, we always just think Frisbee. Like,
Right.
Salty's gives you a Frisbee. No. They have drivers, one that go far, short game
Irons,
ones.
putters,
Yeah,
they have all that.
they have draw ones, they have fade ones, because some of the courses do go around a corner.
Right, and I've seen some pretty crazy Frisbee golf shots.
Yeah,
on TikTok.
Pretty wild game, but overrated. I mean, I wouldn't fucking play it.
I don't have the arm for that.
But even so, I mean, it's probably something we don't play, so we're like, but that's why I think it's overrated. Right. If I was like into it, I'd be like, no, it's underrated.
Listen, not that I would never. I'd give it a shot once.
Yeah,
just to see what it's like. But yeah, I don't. You know what it is? To me, it's a sport that never took off.
Right.
I think they tried to push it hard, but then they lose out to things like cornhole,
when
can jam.
Right. When Journey worked at KOA.
Right.
In there, and I go pick her up from work. In their their little store, the general store, when you went in and checked in.
They sold the stuff, didn't
they? They had a rack that had drivers, like 9-iron type shit, like that's intermediate, short games. They had a whole, like, probably 10 different types, like even like a putter. Just it goes straight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're shaped different. They're like solid.
Yeah.
They don't have the underneath.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it cuts through the window line.
So wait a minute though. What about Frisbee football?
I haven't seen them.
You've never seen them on TikTok where they play it at college?
Really?
Yeah, and like a quarterback will throw it, and the guys are run downfield, and they're going up and grabbing it.
Is it like a flag version of football?
I think it's more like probably flag, because you can catch and run.
I'd lay it out for a Frisbee getting absolutely crushed.
Well, they do.
Yeah,
they do. So yeah, Frisbees are meant for like being in the park, and that's it.
Playing with tin gin there.
trailer trim gin.
Trailer trim gin.
Yeah. So overrated on that one.
Okay. Number 3, Flavor Ice Pops.
Underrated.
Yeah, they're awesome.
My Flavor Ice were great. I also would say highly underrated were Otter Pops.
Yeah. I think that was the rival, really. Yeah. But yeah, both outstanding, whether you're a kid or an adult. And
probably still, maybe not today, but for a long time, you could go up with a dime, 10 cents, and get a fucking thing at the concession stand at Canton.
Right, or you could pay, I think, for the $1 and get the one like that was that long.
Yeah, it was like a foot long or something. Yeah, the huge one. Yeah.
Yep. All right, number 4, dill pickles.
Overrated. I hate dill.
You like the sweet pickles instead?
I like butter garlic pickles. I'm not the dill flavoring is not a.
So like, you don't mind fish, right?
I'm not a big fish person.
No. Okay. So like dill sauce, you wouldn't like.
No.
Okay.
No, like any dill dipping sauces or anything, I'm not a fan at all.
Okay. Nope. Number 5, chip witches.
Is that the chocolate chip cookie with the
ice cream
in the middle? Underrated. Super underrated. I'm going to tell you right now, and you might drive out of here and go get one.
The Iggy's?
No, Mickey's.
Oh, yeah?
Mickey's has a 6-pack, and they have the most delicious cookies with the greatest ice cream ever.
Really?
Yeah, if you go in, they're right in the case.
Oh, shit.
I used to call, and they'd set 6 aside for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
I remember one specific Wildwood trip where me and Chris Mayo probably ate fucking 3 dozen in 3 days.
Really?
Because our hotel had a restaurant / on the out. Then they had like a window side too, where during the day you can go get drinks and stuff and ice cream.
Yeah.
And they were like $1. So we just kept going up and getting chipwiches.
Yeah. Somebody told, before you go to the next one, I saw something on Facebook. Somebody said the ice cream man, Mr. Dingaling that comes around, $5 for an ice cream now.
What?
Yeah. You know, like the SpongeBob with the gumballs in the eyes.
Buy a box of them.
$5 for that. Like, if that's not inflation, I don't know what is.
That's because to run his truck, it's costing him fucking $80 a day.
Yeah, because
gas
or more, plus whatever the refrigeration keep that shit cold.
Most definitely. Fuck that.
$5? Yeah. Like, they used to be like a cheap way to get ice cream without having to go out.
Exactly. Number 6, hammocks.
Underrated when you get in, overrated getting in the motherfuckers.
Trying to get in.
Yeah. You ever flip out of one of them?
Yes, I have.
100%, right?
Yeah.
They're never easy.
Now, do you like the rope ones or the
both?
Both are okay.
When I went to Mexico a few years back with your grudge, they had a thing. It was just between. They had like a pergola set up.
Yeah. Probably
like the length of this room, but equal. You know what I mean? So they were probably like 10 by 10s, and there were pergolas, and then on each between the poles they had hammocks, the rope ones, real nice ones. Then underneath they had like lounge chairs, and they would bring you drinks and whatnot. I laid in one of them fucking things like all day, bro. It was probably one of the most comfortable. It like surrounded your whole body.
Yeah.
And I'd just be laying there and be like, another Miami Vice. And then I got out of that fucker. I was toasted.
Oh, yeah. Did you? Well, no, because you're laying on it, so you didn't have the grill marks from
it.
Right. My last one?
No, and you're under a pergola. Like, you had shade.
Right, so you had some shade.
Yeah, there were some palm trees and some shade, so it wasn't too bad.
Nice. My number 7, the last one, you kind of halfway answered this already. Oysters and clams.
Oysters are overrated, but I love a good clam. Rob Farrar is a big clam fan.
He loves clams.
Yeah, he stares at them for hours. No, I'm overrated. I don't eat that stuff.
To me, that's
I eat certain sushis, but it's got to be very certain things that I like.
Like, to me, that's the grill season is the time for you put the clam on the grill, crack them open, throw some drawn butter on there. Good shit. Yeah,
I don't. My clam days are different.
Yeah.
Clam bake, yeah.
Baked clam.
Yeah. That's when it just sits out in the sun for a while.
Yeah. So you got the shaved clam too. I got the clams in the half shell.
The drunken clam.
Yes.
The bearded clam.
The bearded clam.
Yeah. That's the old 80s strip club, the bearded clam. That
is, definitely.
I think we should open up the Outlaw Blitz. What is it? What would you say? Gentlemen's Club, and call it the Knocker Locker.
That's a great name.
It is, right?
It is.
That'd be awesome. All right, we got we got one more segment to go.
Yes, we do.
Do we have music for this? Yeah, we have like some sort of music. All right, this week's rabbit hole. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Go ahead. Start me off.
All right. Matt Rife comedy. I'm sure you've seen him on TikTok. If you haven't, look him up. Young kid, handsome, really funny. Does a lot of crowd work. But like this week, I saw him, and it was everywhere. Everybody replayed it. It was these 3 sisters that were in their 40s, and they were all fucking smoke shows. And they all had daughters that were like his age.
Yeah.
And so the one gives her his phone, and she's like, "Oh wait," he goes, "If I scroll, and now I'm into your phone," and she's like, because he was gonna FaceTime the hot daughter,
yeah,
and he's like, "Can I look in this?" She's like, "No, you're fine." "Oh no, don't do it." And she's like, "Well, I had a lump in my chest, and there's pictures in there." He's like, "Oh, I have gold in my hand. What do I do? What do I do?" So anyway, what ended up happening is, I'll try and look back and find it and send it to you.
Okay.
What ended up happening is it's funny, and I feel bad for the lady at the same time. She got her boobs done.
Right.
Well, one of her boobs is like a squeak toy.
What?
She's laughing and she squeezes it and it goes, and he's like, "No way did that just happen. Like, is that you?" And that's what the problem is. He's like, let me find out. You got to squeeze. Like, every man in the world's going to be like, you're going to hit it, and they're going to be like a dog. Like, you're going to show me the boobies.
For real.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's
She starts
crazy.
laughing. The crowd starts dying because you hear it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He's a funny kid. You have to look him up. I'll send you one to take a look at.
Okay.
Secondly, I don't know why I got down this rabbit hole.
Oh, geez.
Well, I think it was kind of Mike Ferraro. Remember him?
Yeah.
Tank rounds versus the human body.
Tank rounds?
Tank rounds. Like an Abrams tank shooting a round through a human body.
What the fuck?
What a bot.
What they have, like ballistics gel? Or?
Yeah, they did that. But then they show like some of these people in war where a tank, you know, like a full speed.
Oh.
It just the body just, I don't know, disintegrates.
Yeah.
Like it goes through and it, like the hole goes, it hits in the front and the back sucks in and then just goes to Joe. That's it.
Oh, man.
And you just go down this long, windy road of, oh God, that's just pieces.
That's horrible.
Yeah. That was secondly. Thirdly, Ginger Libby Golf. It's this girl who's a red-haired cart girl.
Okay.
And she's like the beer cart or whatever. She's like, can I tee off for you guys? And they're like, yeah, well, you know, whatever. And she gets up and hits them like 260 straight down the fairway. Unreal. She has unreal power, and she's tiny.
Holy
but
shit.
She has like this real, like, real long swing. And I mean, launches them. Pretty awesome. It doesn't hurt that she's hot. And lastly, Star Wars stories. Like, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I never did. I don't know, like, all the origin. You could tell me what a fucking kyber crystal or whatever I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I just watch the movies. I watch Mandalorian and that. But they have a lot of the comic books and a lot of how the stories were supposed to play out versus how the movies played out.
Yeah.
And it's cool kind of knowing the history because it gives depth to things you weren't really aware of.
What's great about that is if you ever get, and you're a reader, if you get into the books, you'll follow a certain author because his storyline may be things you like about Star Wars.
Yeah.
There's so many different authors that take you into so many different parts.
Well, because that was probably the true first fan fiction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people or fantasy.
I've watched a lot of them with like the origins of Vader.
Yeah.
And like what it's like for him to live inside that suit that it was created to torture him.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty fucked up stuff when you think about it.
Yeah, like he had to really be weak mentally because why would you not just destroy that guy and be, you know, what is on a positive note, saying Star Wars and Vader, Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude! Like this kid has been outcasted for years because he was Anakin and people shit all over him for bad lines. You can't, right? Well, but that's it because he had terrible lines. Like, how do you act a certain way when your line is like so dry? So
I watched some of the Obi-Wan.
Yeah, he was great in that.
He was phenomenal.
Right, when you actually get good lines and it's written well, right? So they had a fan expo thing. And he came out and they got him choked up because everybody was so wild for him.
Really?
Yeah, like they appreciate him now.
I'll have to check that out later.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And you know what it is too is people are so reluctant to change.
Right.
From 77 through 2000-ish.
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader was associated with James Earl Jones and David Prowse. That's it.
Yeah.
And now you have the prequels, which you get the little kid in the first one, and then Hayden Christensen. And it's like you're trying to live up to what was those three cast such a big shadow on the prequels. It was hard to live up to. And this kid, who was a good actor, kind of got shit on for it. And like you said, some of the lines were corny as fuck.
They were corny. They made him so dry.
They made him a crybaby. They made him such a whiner.
Right. But you know what's fucked up about that? American movie history, your heroes are the biggest bitches. Luke Skywalker was a wine bag.
Oh, super wine bag.
Harry Potter. They always get the shit kicked out of them before they find, you know what I mean? Like, even Rocky. Rocky loses. He's a lose. You know what I mean? Like, that's why they always say America loves a good underdog story.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah. You get your cool hero, the John Waynes of the world.
Yeah.
They had to throw you Han Solo to counteract Luke.
Right. Right.
So
they have to, so that like, if they don't like this little bitch guy over here,
right, they have him.
like,
They have him to cling to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So mine, Ash. A lot of them are TikToks. Ash D'Amato, 1214. She's a Bostonian, straight up from Boston girl.
Is that the one you sent me today?
Yes, when she's at Fenway Park, and
Yeah.
the boyfriend's trying to get her.
I
to say
sent
it.
you that same one like 2 weeks ago.
Did you?
Yeah, that's probably where you
He's
got
like,
it.
Say it, Fenway Park.
Fenway Park, the Green Monster.
Yeah,
yeah.
But it's cool because it's their. If you go follow her, he did propose to her finally.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're gonna get married, and it's a cool story.
That's a terrible. I like when he tells her to say certain words and she can't say them. I can't fucking say that.
Right.
Yeah.
Those two are almost remind me of the girl that when a guy gagged me. Yeah. She goes, she starts gagging for real. Yeah. Frankie LaPena. You know who he is because he's been all over TikTok and Reels. He's the dude that always has a white collared shirt and white shorts.
Yeah.
With a mustache and a giant ass. He has they look like fucking implants from a stripper.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll have to show him to you. He's usually running through things.
Why are you watching that?
Because it's more comedy than anything. They had him show up at the NFL Combine.
Sounds like something Sal would watch.
It's kind of, yeah. They had him show up at the NFL Combine, and he ran the 40 at 4.9.
What?
Yeah.
How old is this guy?
Late 30s.
Wow, that's fast still.
And then they showed, they did a little a little introspective thing on him too, to where he's very, very unique. He doesn't, there's not a lot of collaborative work. A lot of it's all original stuff.
Right.
And he's just funny. He just does dumb shit.
Yeah.
Lathan, the kid umpire. Have you seen him?
No.
Hysterical. 8-year-old kid.
Yeah.
He has all the
ringing him up.
Oh, ringing him up. He threw a fucking guy. He threw a coach out of a game.
Does he Enrico Palazzo at all?
He has some very animated strike calls.
Awesome. That's cool. Yeah. I like him.
Funny as shit. Dustin Hadley. You may have seen him now. He's the Ain't No Way guy. He's like, you mean to tell me for 40 years I've been doing it this way? Ain't no way.
Yeah.
And he goes and he does it. It's like, that's his big thing, making that sound over and over again. The Show Lorios, he's a sneaker cleaner guy. He's an older bald Spanish dude.
Yeah.
Who he'll fucking find a pair of Jordans. People used to throw sneakers over the power lines.
Yep.
Got him down off the power lines, fucking took him home and used it. It's all promoting his product, his product. But he's pretty cool at what he does.
But does a product work?
It does. I bought it.
Yeah?
It works
and
well.
You have it?
Yeah, it works really good.
Oh, good. You're going to let me borrow because I need to clean these up.
Yep. And last but not least, the baseball bat bros. We've talked about them before.
Yep.
It shows the one they did a couple weeks ago. They brought Adley Rushman back because this kid went to Oregon State before Adley, but he knows the program.
Right.
Shows the difference between a high-level college athlete and professional.
Oh, I'm sure.
Now, this kid can straight up rake. He's a great hitter. They were testing out newer bats. His exit velo was 94 to 99.
And Rushman's was
117.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, not even close.
Yeah.
It goes to show, this dude's hitting bombs, and then Adley gets in, and the nice, easy swing, and that thing takes off like a rocket ship.
Yeah, and that's probably 1,000 more swings a month for 10 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or more.
Yep. But it goes to
show you.
A week,
probably. 1,000 more swings a week.
It goes, I'm sure even lower minor league guys, if they don't develop, that's probably a cap at what a lower minor league guy is going to do.
Yeah. I saw a wild thing. I played a lot of baseball in my life growing up, and I coached a lot of baseball. First time I ever saw this at Boston's game the other day. A bat broke where the composite ring met. It telescoped.
Oh, no
it just went right in.
Really?
The kid swings, and he's like, "Something's wrong with this bat." And he takes the handle, hits it on the ground, and it just dropped in like a fucking them lightsabers. You go, like that, gone. It must have broke right at the composite ring, and the whole handle dropped inside the barrel.
I'm shocked that college and below haven't switched to wood bats yet. I'm sure it's coming at some point.
I don't think they can for one reason.
Okay.
You gotta think of industry. You are going to kill
the baseball industry.
You're going to kill Louisville Slugger bats and TPX, and you're going to kill them. And on top of it,
they have gone to make the bats safer.
Yes.
Now,
because
same guys.
When they show you like a BB core from our time,
that's what he did. He took a BB core bat from like 89 or 92 in that range to the same model present day. It was Black Magic.
Yep.
Not even close. I would say 9 miles an hour difference.
Here's the thing though, and people will say, "Well, you guys had these bats." Okay, I don't disagree with you, but what kind of baseballs were we hitting?
Yeah,
that's the difference. The baseball itself, I know the technology, quote unquote, hasn't changed.
Right.
The rubber center, but how tightly they can wind them balls now,
where
they're like juiced.
Right, they are.
You know what I mean? I was saying to Tommy DeSico yesterday at the game, I said, there has to be, the radar guns now have to be juiced. I said, because we went up the other night and there was a kid that was throwing, say, 90 for Wallkill at a high school game the other night, the varsity game.
Right.
Kid's awesome. Shut Saugerties down. I think his last name's Hermance. Mitch Hermance, maybe, or something like that. But phenomenal pitcher, lefty. And they're saying he's throwing 90, 91, whatever. And I'm like, Shermer threw harder. And they said he threw 86. I'm like, there's no way. Shermer, we were standing 10 feet away from it, because where it comes around, wraps around.
Right.
I'm standing right there. And I'm like, I know Shermer threw harder.
Now, how big is this kid that you saw?
I don't think he's 6 foot, probably like 5'11".
And Eric was like 6'3",
right,
6'4".
Yeah, and I mean,
that's a
and that's what Tom said. Tom's like, he's like, there's no way, George. He goes, Shermer threw harder than that.
Yeah.
Shermer's ball was like a blur coming in. And this kid, you could pick it up. Maybe it's motion. You're just picking it up different, but they say we didn't have 100-mile-an-hour throwers, and now you got guys going 105. I don't know.
Listen, think about that.
Who threw the hardest? Gooden, maybe?
Gooden, 95, 96.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh my God, now you're going 10 miles an hour faster."
Right.
I don't.
Yeah, Ben Joyce, who just got drafted 2 years ago from Tennessee, and he's a reliever with the Angels, is a sidearmer throwing 105.
Yeah, come on, dude. Yeah.
It's crazy. One video, and I'll find it and I'll send it to you this week. The hot new pitch is the sweeper, which Steve, they showed Steve threw it a lot.
Yeah.
It's more of an extreme horizontal movement.
Like Saberhagen?
Yeah, maybe. It's a very much more horizontal moving slider. Yeah. And Otani's is disgusting. Yeah. Clay Holmes is disgusting when he's on. Yeah. It's a new pitch that the Yankees, they said that they took a baseball, they put 2 dots on the fat part. Yeah. And they showed the pitcher the grip, and they just did it in spring training. Showed the pitcher the grip, told him to throw the ball. If the dots are rotating in a certain way, they know the kid can throw the ball. They'll teach him.
If they don't, and they probably got the camera to catch
that's
it.
That's not your pitch,
right? It's not your pitch. Yeah.
They say it oscillates almost like the ball is weighted a weird way. Yeah. Where it oscillates kind of like off kilter.
So instead of a true circle, it's kind of like
it's like wobbly.
Yeah.
And that's the way you want to throw that ball. Yeah. But it's funny how that's
where I think kind of technology ruins the sport.
A little bit.
Fucking figure it out. You either can or you can't.
Right.
Now we're gonna put a camera up here that gets 1,000 shots a second and figure out how the dots are moving on it.
It's
or
wild.
We're gonna use a rangefinder to know that you hit the ball most of the time 286 feet to 114 feet off the line.
See, I keep seeing clips from Moneyball on TikTok.
Yeah.
I want to go back and watch the movie because
very good movie.
What he did though, what Billy Beane did with that team was crazy.
Well, baseball's the sport you can do it in because you have so many chances. Your law of averages actually matter.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when we were kids, what was it? Your average, your hits. You didn't have wins against replacement.
No, you had average.
You didn't even have OB.
You had OBP on base percentage,
right?
But you didn't have OPS.
Right.
Slugging.
You didn't have slugging percentage, really.
Not really. game-winning RBIs was a huge stat that baseball did away with.
Right.
And that what's more clutch than that stat?
Right.
I can remember when the '86 Mets, I think Hernandez had 24 game-winning RBIs.
Right.
He single-handedly won 24 games.
24 games.
Right.
Right.
Now they're looking at WAR and which wins above replacement. How many wins are you worth if you are not in your lineup as to when you are in your lineup?
Lefty, righty, lefty, the whole fucking deal. And you're like, dude, how much further are we going to break this stuff down?
It's funny. The guy that was playing Art Howe in the movie, and of course Brad Pitt's playing Billy Bean, he's saying, no, you're playing Hatterberg today. No, I'm going with Carlos Pena. He goes, I'm telling you, you're playing Hatterberg.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm going to go with Pena. He goes, no, Pena plays for Detroit now. I traded him, so you're playing Hatterberg.
Yeah. He's like, you're killing this team, Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he killed that team to 102 wins.
Right, but then they went on a 20-something game winning streak.
Yeah. All because of replacing.
And they got rid of Jeremy Giambi.
Yeah. They traded Jeremy Giambi mid-season. It was all because when they showed the big scene was when they showed that the old timers were stuck in the way of, we got to replace 38 home runs and 120 RBIs with Jason Giambi.
Right.
No, you don't. You have to replace Jason Giambi getting on base.
Yes.
Because that's how you score runs.
Yep.
And that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you remember, the only reason that team didn't go to a World Series was Derek Jeter coming out of the fucking line and backhanding it to save the game in Game 5 in fucking Oakland.
Now, everything broke right for that team. All his moves paid off, but he had 3 stud pitchers at the time with Zito, Hudson, and Mulder.
Right.
Which were just coming up through their organization.
All right.
So
that's a lot of people don't understand. Like, it worked.
Yeah.
If Derek Jeter doesn't make that play, they probably go to the World Series and win.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's where sports are funny. Like,
that play was crazy.
It was.
It was crazy. And
that's why I love when people say he's overrated. It's like, bro, are you serious? He's probably like the most underrated.
How do you overrate 3,400 hits and 6 world championships or whatever it was?
Right. They're like, oh, he was a terrible fielder. Okay.
He was an average fielder who
had that intangible that you can't measure.
Right.
Winner.
He was a winner.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
The same people that dog Derek Jeter sing Mike Piazza's praises always.
Yeah.
He was a shit catcher.
Oh yeah, he couldn't throw anybody out.
Never.
No. Yeah, I know. But he was a great hitter. Yeah, but that's not part of catching.
Right.
So was Gary Sanchez.
Yeah.
You know?
I think he's a giant now.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? I hate that guy. I'm good, dude. I mean, that was a fun show. Moved quick.
That was fun. The trailer park is funny shit, man. That is good stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot more to be found there.
Absolutely. Anything big coming up this week?
Coming up this week, the boy's birthday. Well, when's this come out? Thursday. The boy's birthday is this weekend coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a big thing. The boy's birthday is this weekend coming up. Other things, we'll see how they all plan out.
Yeah. And I got some days off coming up this week, so it should be a nice week.
Yeah. I don't know. Is the weather staying? Is the weather going?
Weather's going back to 50s and 60s, which I'm fine with.
Yeah. I want to try and get out and golf maybe next weekend. I'm hoping upper 50s, mid 60s. I'm not wanting 80.
No, remember, never again 95.
Oh, God, that was brutal. Yeah. That was like you get out of the car at 6 a.m. swamp ass.
I think we got 8 holes in that day. We're like, yeah, fuck this.
Yeah. We just pulled off. We're like, we're good.
We're good.
That was after the line of Cocoon, the movie Cocoon jumped in front of us.
That's right. That is very true.
Yep. I'm good, buddy.
All right, pal. For G-Mac, this is Whitney. This has been the Outlaw Blitz podcast. And as always, take it easy.